All right, everybody, we're gonna have a great workout today, all right? Gonna get into it, gonna get warmed up first. All right. For starters, with my warm up, trying to make sure I always start with this exercise because I'm trying to fix a messed up shoulder. Matter of fact, you can even see when I do this exercise, you'll see that this shoulder is sloping way down compared to this one because this shoulder is so messed up. Don't know what happened to it, but you know, it's been like that for a while now. So, hold the band out, raise it up through the uncomfortable position. I'm going to go all the way up. And you'll notice at one spot in here, it might already be there, how much lower that one shoulder is than the other. Trying to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles. Maybe after some time, it might can eventually fix my shoulder. I'm sure hoping so. I'm going to go back down through. And then I'm going to pick a heavier band. And then I'm going to start doing something different for my warm-up. But I like to start with this because I need to do that work on my shoulder to get better. And when else am I going to do it besides my warm-up here, see? So, and I might ought to pull this gymnastics mat out of the way. I think I will. I'm going to pull this mat out of the way. Doesn't really need to be all up in here like that. There we go. All right, so heavier band. Let's do it with this one now. Same thing. I can even feel how this shoulder doesn't seem like it's in the right place when I'm doing that. Do not like that at all. All right. Well, now that I've done that, I'm gonna glove up. Not that you need gloves on a Wave Master. You can hit those without it, as long as you're not scraping across it and cutting yourself. Because you can scrape your knuckles up if you don't hit directly. If you're sliding or if these hit before these hit, that'll scrape, you know. But you really want to hit just flat. Understand, sometimes on your hooks, sometimes you can mess up, especially if you're going long. Wearing gloves like this can help prevent any scrapage. All right. I'm just going to start off with 1s and 2s on the bag, just to get warmed up. Speed it up. You know, with the hook punches, some people like going thumb up, some people like going thumb down, and I've been experimenting with that, right? I think for me, most of the time, I throw it better thumb up. I feel like I'm throwing it more natural for me, thumb up. But if thumb down works better for you, do it thumb down. Do it whichever way makes the most sense for you. I want to practice with both. Just got to try to get myself used to it, because I might find benefits in the thumb down as well. My backhand hook, I feel like might be better thumb down. My lead hook, I feel better thumb up. Could have something to do with my backhand being the bad shoulder too, I don't know. Because I feel like my backhand, it's probably from the shoulder. I feel like it's coming from a lower place, because I guess it is, because that shoulder slopes. Pull the bag back out. It's a lot of different ways you can throw a knee strike, right? Because you have where you go in and out. You have somewhere you come straight up on the bag, you might get bag burn doing that. And then you also have a knee strike that comes around, more like a round kick, but you hit with your knee. So there's multiple versions of your knee strike. I still got to stretch out my legs. I haven't done that yet. But I can still do a little bit of kicking here in my warm up. Because I'm getting close to the part where I like to be finished warming up. We do a few leg swings just to make sure I get the hamstring loosened up real quick. I don't want to end up throwing a high kick and pulling something. So, but I think I'm about there with the warm up. Just need to make sure my legs are loose. We're gonna hit this bag. We're gonna have a good workout. I think that's good enough on that side. Switch to the other side, all right? All right, before I get going again, let me check here. See some folks are here in the chat. How y'all doing? You doing all right? How's it going? All right, folks. Whew. I'm gonna get going now. Let's have a workout. I got follow along workouts you can do on the page under the video section. These lives are usually just me doing what I want to do, doing what I feel like doing while I'm doing it. I don't think about it a whole lot. I just go in the live workouts. Throwing some slips. Don't forget on Fridays, every Friday we come in here and do 1,000 kicks in the bag, okay? Make sure y'all tune in for that. Sometimes when you're hitting the bag, you might want to think about every now and then, while you're striking, move your head off center, right? Because just because you're striking at them doesn't mean they can't strike back at you at the same time. So every now and then, like when you're throwing your strike, instead of just standing there throwing it, move your head off center. Yeah. Pull this back some. I want to do a few more of that simple combo. Stepping in jab, corkscrew punch to the head, jab, corkscrew, leg kick. Body, head, leg. You know, sometimes with your elbow strikes, you can let them run into it. You don't necessarily have to be like, ugh! You know, sometimes they're coming at you. You can just kind of put it in their face, raise it up, let them run into it, or maybe at least it'll stop them. Roll this back out. You know, something I had to work on when I started doing this and filming myself is my hands, right? I would see myself on the recording, go to throw a punch, and I would go, whoop, and then I pull back. And so I've been working on that since I started this channel. It's been great improvements in that. One good thing to think about with your hands is think about having them up close to your eyebrows, because you can even see that they're up when you do that. So if you're struggling with that, think about that. Have your hands all the way up where you can see that your hands are up. Maybe even slow it down if you have to make sure you're pulling your hands back so you're protecting yourself. Ah! I'll tell you something else. I was watching somebody yesterday who clearly hadn't done this much, and he was doing his footwork like this. Don't do that. Never cross your feet. If you're going to the right, lead with your right leg. Going to the left, lead with your left leg, all right? You don't ever want to cross your feet. You're off balance. Cross your feet, I can just push you over. Not to mention, you can't move well at all while your feet's crossed. You can't do that. So don't cross your feet. I've even gotten to where on step behind side kicks, a lot of times I don't step behind anymore because I don't want to cross my feet. You know, your traditional step behind side kick from Taekwondo, you literally step behind and then launch the side kick out. A lot of times I just step up because I don't want to cross my feet. You know, I'll just step up. And sometimes what I do is I just basically pick my foot up by the time before my foot would have been behind. I just pick my foot up and go because I'm not going to cross my feet if I can help it. If any of you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, please. Help a small channel out, all right? I got follow along workouts we can do. Lots of exercise on this channel. I'll do these lives where it's just me doing my thing on the bag. And recently I've even been doing been sharing some VR boxing with you guys just because it's fun. That one's just for fun. But we got follow along workouts on here. That's the main point of this channel, is those follow alongs. Yeah. I gotta check over here. I haven't checked on you guys in a second. Hope y'all are doing all right today. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just talking about. You don't cross your feet. Right. Oh, I'm gonna think it's a check. You got, all right, folks. Hit that subscribe button. Small channels like mine need help, you know? And on the small channel, we're more likely to actually stop and talk to you than on a big channel. Other side. You may find you have one side that you're better at than the other. I think that's probably true for almost everybody. Jump squats. See what I was just doing, right? You got the regular jab cross. But I'm getting to where I kind of like this overhead kind of corkscrew punch, because when I'm doing it, I'm moving my head off the center line. Like I'm trying to dodge a punch while I'm throwing one, you know? Instead of leaving my head still while throwing, where my head's not moving out of their way. Move it out of the way, way harder to hit. Duh. Yeah. Just for fun. Some tornadoes just for fun. Hope you guys are all doing all right. Make sure you hit subscribe and keep tuning back in. All right, we do lives on most days. Usually have a live anywhere from 4 to 5 days a week, 3 at the minimum. But on most weekdays we have a live. Every Friday we do 1,000 kicks live. And that's a great workout too. So let me tell you, when you do 1,000 kicks, it's not just your legs, it also hits your core. Because whenever you get your knee up above your belly button, your core has to engage and stabilize you. So, for those reasons, I decided to start doing 1,000 kicks once a week. I think it's going to be great for fitness, and it's going to improve my kicks all together at the same time. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want better fitness and better kicks? It's good cardio burn right there. You want to get your cardio in, you're on the back, just go. A little bit of air back in me. I'm going to do that one more time. Try to remember to breathe out on each punch. I wasn't doing that just then. I'm gonna get my breath caught a little. Do it again. Remembering to breathe out on every punch. An easy way to do that is make little sounds. That's a really good cardio burn. If you guys want to try that at home, get your cardiovascular up. I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying to get that work in. Tell you what. I hope some of you guys will come join me for a workout one day. Doesn't have to be live. Go to the video sections. They're follow along structured workouts. All right, free fitness kickboxing workouts you can do at home. You got every length imaginable almost, from a 10-minute workout to an hour workout. It's all in there. The majority of them are around 30 minutes, but we got 45 minutes, we got an hour. The most popular one is probably the 10, 30, 45, where you choose your own workout length with clear cutoff points for where you would want to stop, so you can do that workout and choose if you want to go 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then there's a bonus round. It actually ends up being 52 minutes long if you do the bonus round. That's the most popular of the workouts. One of my favorite workouts in the video section under the workouts is a circuit training workout, because that's probably the one that made me the most sore, was doing the circuit training. All right, that was a really good one. We had a certain set of exercise that we did a certain amount of reps of, and we repeated it for multiple sets. So it was very good. You know, your switch kick? Switch kicks are great because it allows you to get power on your front leg, but they're also a big telegraph. And of course they land a lot anyway, and you watch UFC and MMA and stuff, but however, a good way to try to make that telegraph go away is to throw something at them while you do it. Throw it at them and leave it in their face. Heck, you can probably even just put your hand out just to try to blind them. I like to actually try to jab them now. I should try to touch them with something. Tell you what, tearing up my toe a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys ever get that problem, but sometimes when I'm turning on the floor, sometimes it'll rip the skin on one of my toes. A little annoying. It's always done it. But a lot of that too is, you have a lot of times in MMA and stuff, you'll see people when they throw their kick, they step first and then kick, so they don't have to pivot it as much. The way I was always taught, which is to pick up and pivot, pick up and turn on your foot because it's less of a telegraph. I think the stepping is okay too. Probably less likely to rip the skin on the bottom of your toe if you do a step, but it's always only this toe that I do it to. So I think probably, maybe the way my feet are balanced, I'll probably put too much pressure on that toe when I rotate. So what I need to start working on, when I rotate the ball of the foot on this foot, I would imagine what I should try to do is lift my toes up when I do it to try to force myself to just be on the ball of the foot. See, like that? My big toe wasn't touching the ground because I was trying to lift it up. I'm wondering my other foot, I think I might do that a little bit more naturally. I might already be doing that. This foot, normally when I went, I was scraping that big toe. So I'm gonna work on lifting the toes up on this foot so I don't scrape that toe anymore, because that's an issue. It means when I come in here to work out tomorrow, I'll probably bandage the bottom of that toe so I don't re-rip it open. See what you guys are doing. What kind of mat would you recommend, Nova? These are the kind of typical mats that you would see in a martial arts school, usually only the smaller version, cheaper version. But the thing is though, is that back in Taekwondo and stuff, I still used to rip my toe like that, but it's because of the way I'm rotating. That's actually what I was just talking about. It's because when I'm rotating, never really do it on my left that way, but when I rotate on my right, I think my toe was staying on the mat too much. And that's why I was just saying I'm gonna start focusing on when I rotate on this foot, trying to lift my big toe up some so I don't scrape it anymore, because my left foot naturally doesn't do that. The weight stays on the heel. But for some reason, on my right foot, I know it looks backwards to you guys, it's mirrored, but on my right foot, naturally, it's like I'm wanting to lean towards that big toe. I think it's probably what's happening. So I'm gonna start lifting the toe up, and then I won't do it anymore. See, that feels fine. I'm gonna start doing that. It is about time for me to get new mats. You mentioned getting the proper mat. It is time for me to replace these. I've had these a while. There's little tears in spots of them too. Let's see. Bruce Lee kick. Oh yeah, he used to fighting on the BJJ mat. Yeah, I've been on those. Those are great. Actually, I go to, let's see, normally build calluses. Yeah, true. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, this mat has a little bit of grip. I'm not, because I think you're right. The mats at the BJJ place that I know, I think they are a little bit smoother than this. So you're right about that. Yeah. I go to a martial arts school that I mainly go there and do their fitness kickboxing workouts, but they also have jiu-jitsu and judo and Muay Thai and MMA and boxing. They got everything at that place. So supposedly at their old location, before he was a pro, Rampage Jackson trained with those guys. Because, you know, he's from my city. So, and that's probably the biggest martial arts school in the city is the one that I'll go to for fitness kickboxing. You know, growing up, I was a Taekwondo guy. That's my background. But since I started going to Memphis Judo Jiu-Jitsu and doing the fitness kickboxing there with Muay Thai instructors, I feel like I've slightly tweaked some of the techniques I was doing. You know, like for one, Taekwondo, probably karate also, always taught you to kick with your top of your foot or the instep of your foot. And now I'm kicking more with the shin, like Muay Thai, which makes plenty of sense because the shin, it's a bigger, stronger bone than anything in your foot. You know, when I turn this off, I'm probably gonna set up a VR headset for fun and have a Thrill of the Fight 2 boxing match because those are a lot of fun. I might go live again for that if you guys want to join, but I would cut this one off and redo a different one. I'll do those just for fun. Like, and even though that's just a video game, I think it can actually help your boxing. Tony Jeffries sure thinks so. I think they might pay him to promote it, but still. I don't know if you know who that is or not. Submit the bag. Hilarious. Oh, is it shaking? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, just a little bit. You're right. Thanks for pointing that out. You must have the same kind of bag. You know, the newer ones lock. I want to get one of the newer ones soon. I feel like it didn't used to pop out so easy. You know, when it was newer, but I've had this for so long. I feel like it's already unscrewed itself a little bit. It's really time for me to get a new one. Oh yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah, these are good workouts. Well, what do I got here? Well, folks, I hope y'all come back tomorrow as well, because I will likely be doing a live tomorrow morning as well. It might be a little bit later than this though. I would imagine tomorrow I might not start until around this time. Right now, I don't know. I might start at the same time. We'll see how it goes. It just depends, you know. Depends on how early I get up and get going. Got a weird work schedule. I come home late, and so my mornings get started late. So, I'm gonna wind this down a little bit because I'm wanting to play that VR boxing game I was telling y'all about. But if y'all want to check that out, then after this live goes away, come back in like 5 minutes and I'll have another one back up playing that boxing game. Because it's a lot of fun. It's not the same as hitting the bag. Hitting the bag's a lot of fun. But I do like playing that game because I have to react to an opponent. Even though they're not really there, you see them in your head, you still have to react to them. You still have to practice actually dodging somebody's full speed punches. So that's why that game, a lot of why I like that game is because it makes you practice dodging punches, which I think is excellent. Something that works in that game pretty well, and I've seen fighters do it too, is I'll even try to lure them in. I'll lower my front hand down some just to try to get them to swing at my head, and I'll pull back so they'll barely miss, and then pop, pop. So I've seen fighters do that, and I tried it in that game, and it seems to work. Submit the bag. Rear naked choke. Submit the bag. That's funny. You know, they got those grappling dummies. I don't have one, but they got those grappling dummies you can practice grappling with. You probably know. I think, didn't you say you did jiu-jitsu? Or was that somebody else on here? It's a good powerful overhand, boom. You know, I've been calling this a corkscrew punch. I don't know if that's the correct term. I've been calling it that because I've been twisting my hand all the way over and throwing it straight out. But from that weird angle, I've been calling it a corkscrew. I don't know if that's really what it's called. Heck, it might just be called an overhand. But the way I was explaining what an overhand is like throwing a hook punch, but over the top. So I'm thinking arm bent like a hook and going over the top. But I don't know, my corkscrew thing, it's probably just an overhand, ain't it? All right, I need to stretch a little bit, guys. Let's see here. Grappling dummies would be fire. Oh, I used your pillow. Yeah. And they got a grappling dummy at the jiu-jitsu place too, I guess for people who are training by themselves. Memphis Judo Jiu-Jitsu, they got a couple grappling dummies. But they have people usually, you know what I mean? So you don't see people training with a dummy a whole lot because there's people to train with, you know, which is even better than the dummy. But you know, you use what you got. Man, Memphis Judo Jiu-Jitsu is such a big place. If you guys are ever in Memphis and want to train somewhere, I recommend that place because they have everything. Gotta get my stretching in here. Even though I'm done with my fitness kickboxing workout for the day, I'm not quite done working out because I'm going to play that boxing VR game just because it's so much fun, you know. But that'll be on a separate live. So if you are wanting to watch that, like I said, come back about 5 minutes after I turn this off and I'll probably have it on. But that's way different from this. So I don't know if the same people on this live stream are going to be interested in that or not, because it's way different. But it's fun. Yeah. Oh. Oh, this feels so good on the back right here. Doing this twist move. Sometimes I can get a big pop out of it. Not today, not today. All right, I'm going to child's pose. My favorite stretch for the back is child's pose. Stretches up the lower back real good. And then to make it a little bit different, focus on just one side of your back. Palm up on the hand, shoots under. You know, puts a lot of extra pressure on just one side of the back. And we'll do that to the other side here in a second too. You can go ahead and switch it. That down the middle. And I personally always like to finish up child's pose with a cobra stretch. My back went to the extreme one direction. I want it to go to the extreme the other. It just feels better. It feels looser if I stretch it in both directions. Right. All right. Come up and twist it out. But yeah, I got to start making sure I'm not putting too much pressure on my right big toe when I'm doing my kicks. I'm going to start pulling that toe up. I don't know why I never thought about that in the past. Back in the day when I was going to Taekwondo like 3-4 times a week, I used to just deal with it. I ignored the fact that the skin would rip. I'm surprised it kept ripping because like what Guy said earlier, you build calluses, but it still kept ripping anyway. So, I don't know. All right, well folks, I will see y'all later. Well, let me see here. It's the right twist. Fire comes from, yeah. That it is. But sometimes I've noticed I've been putting too much pressure on my big toe. That's what I was saying. And I end up ripping the skin over. So what I was saying is when I twist on this foot, I'm going to start thinking about pulling my big toe up some to make sure I'm actually on the ball of my foot and I'm not putting the pressure on my toe because it's supposed to be all on the ball. And my left foot has always done it naturally the way it's supposed to. Right foot, I've always been busting the skin open, and I used to just ignore it and go anyway, you know what I mean? But now I'm gonna actually make sure I'm doing it right and it's all gonna be on the ball of the foot. That way I don't do that to myself anymore. KFC, yeah, I could check that out. King of Fighting Championship. What are they, kickboxing, MMA? They're kickboxing, ain't they? Or is that a game? Or is that a game? Because, you know, like I was just talking about how I'm going to do a VR game here in a minute. Thanks, everybody. I hope any of the new people on here, I hope y'all hit subscribe. You know, I'm a small channel, so I need all the subscribers I can get. I need all the watch time I can get. You know, I don't have any kind of monetization. I haven't even unlocked memberships or anything like that. You know, it'd be nice if I could get just a little bit of monetization at some point on this channel. Would help me get a newer bag. I want one of the new bags that actually lock in place. Dude, have y'all seen the really new bags that they have that Century's made? Century got real creative, and they have a bag that has multiple pieces. So there's different angles. It's not just flat. They have it where it's a bag big like this, but you can put a top piece on that sticks out that you can actually do real uppercuts on. It is so cool looking. It really is. Dude, I got to email Century and tell them, hey, I talk about your products all the time. Give me a special link where I can get commission. You know, I might be selling their products and I ain't getting nothing for it. I need to send them an email. We'll see. That would be pretty awesome if I could get some kind of partnership with Century to talk about their equipment, because I talk about it anyway because I use their equipment. So, the Century Wave Master. Yep, and like I said, the new ones are great. This one I've had for well over 10 years, and I've used it the most in this past year. When I started the YouTube channel, I started actually hitting this bag pretty much every day. You know, before that, it was every now and then I'd go hit the bag. You know, started the YouTube channel, I stayed more consistent, and I came in here almost every day to hit it. You know, so, and I think I started this channel as a fitness channel about 7 months ago. I mean, the channel's existed for years, but it used to just be random stuff that I threw up there. I changed it into a martial arts fitness channel about 7 months ago and started actually making content. So, let's see here. Yeah, all right, everybody. Hey, you know what? That'd be awesome. He says, next time we see you sponsored by Century, you know, that'd be pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to chill out on this. If y'all are interested in the VR game I'm about to play, you can come back in 5 minutes and I'll try to get it set up where y'all can see what I'm seeing in the headset. I'm not as good as some people that set it up to the computer and it's just all you see on the screen. I have to point the camera at a TV I'm casting it to for you to see what's in my headset. So it's a little different. But I don't know. Some of you might enjoy it. Some of you might not. But I'm probably going to do that here in about 5 minutes. It'll give me a little bit of extra exercise, and it's a game, so it's for fun. So anyway, hit subscribe, folks. All right. I'll see y'all later. Check out the follow along workouts, all that good stuff. So keep kicking it. Oh, don't forget, every Friday, 1,000 kicks on the bag. Every Friday we do 1,000 kicks on the bag live, okay? So, not sure what you mean. Okay, I'm going to let you go, okay? I'm going to get this game set up I'm wanting to play, and I'll return for a live for that game. If y'all want to, you can pop back in. See you all in a few minutes. Keep kicking it.